Hello, welcome to my part of the internet. My name is Eva Griffin, and I am a holistic rapid transformation therapist from Dublin in Ireland. And I just wanted to give you a little introduction to me and my story and the sorts of content you can expect from me in the coming months. So I was given 3 months to live a couple of years ago, and that was from the effects of stress and anxiety. And in that moment, I had to choose. I was sat across from a beautiful professor in a hospital in Ireland, and he told me that my organs were failing. I was already waiting on a procedure for my heart, and other organs were starting to fail, and my weight was dangerously low. And he told me that everything I had was reversible and was down to stress. But I had to make a choice. If I kept going in the path I was on, then I would be dead. Or I could find another way and I could heal. So I said there was no choice. I had 4 children sitting at home waiting for me. What did I have to do? And in that moment, I made a choice that no matter what it took, I was going to survive. I was going to heal, and I was then going to help others heal. Because if I can do it, anybody can. So I left that doctor's surgery, and I didn't tell anyone for a couple of days because I needed time to process. I needed to figure out my path because I knew it wasn't going to be linear, and I knew it wasn't going to be simple, and I knew it wasn't going to be straightforward. I didn't know all the turns it would take, but I knew it wasn't going to be linear. And I had a friend who had passed away. That was on a Thursday. And that same weekend when I was processing that news, a college friend passed away on the Saturday. I heard about it in the early hours of the Sunday morning, and that to me was another wake-up call. It was like if somebody so strong and healthy could be taken down and have their life taken away from them, I had to work doubly hard. That I had a chance that others don't have. I have that chance to heal. So what am I going to do with it? So I went on this journey of self-improvement, development, healing, whatever you want to call it. I deep dived into everything. And I brought in every bit of knowledge that I could. So I tried everything. So yes, the Western medicine, the talk therapies, and at different points in time had tried different medications and different stuff that just never agreed with me. And my body was screaming at me for a really long time. Because we don't start with a heart condition. Our bodies are communicating with us all the time from a really early point. At the first sign of stress and the first time that something isn't working for us, our body starts to tell us. But we're not taught to listen to our bodies and tune in. We're told to take a pill if you've got a headache, take something, go on the pill if you've got gynae problems, change your diet. There's so many things that we're told to numb ourselves and to disconnect from ourselves that I felt like there was literally a line drawn between my head and my body, and they were at war with each other. I stopped listening to myself. I stopped listening to myself as a very young child, I realised, through my healing journey. And I will do work on this with people in my own work, but I'll be doing videos on this at different times. But I totally disconnected from who I was. So I didn't listen to the whisper. Our body's always whispering to us. If you notice when you walk into a room, you can pick up the energy of it. You know if there's been a fight, you know if there's people that you don't like, and you often draw away. But so often we ignore our gut instincts and we ignore our feelings, and we think, oh no, we're overreacting. It's just us. We're having a bad day. Give people a second chance. Numb it. Have that glass of wine. Have that bar of chocolate. If you find love, you can lose yourself in that. Throw yourself into your career. There's so many ways that we are shutting ourselves down and disconnecting from who we are. And when I started to reconnect with myself, it was really scary, because starting to feel those sensations was terrifying. And also realizing that for so long, I shut down who I was. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who Aoife was. And that journey back to realizing who I am and what I'm here to do and how powerful I am and how powerful we all are is just phenomenal. And it's really exciting. And that's what I want for the clients I work with, for the people who watch these videos, is for you to understand you are so infinitely powerful. And there's so much more with your body and your mind that you can do than you ever thought possible. And it's exciting. Your body can heal in ways that you never were told. Your mind can direct your body to do things that are crazy. And I'll share stories about client success and my own success in the coming weeks and months. And hopefully that will inspire you to see what's possible. Even little things like this week, I had a client who came to me who was having side effects from medication they were taking for blood pressure, and they were having nausea, dizziness, headaches. They couldn't get out of bed. They lost all their energy. There was just so much going on in their bodies. So one of the things I do is hypnosis recordings to let your body accept things. I do the same for chemotherapy patients, for radiotherapy patients, for operations, loads of different things. But within 48 hours, 2 nights going to bed, listen to this recording, all her side effects are gone. That is the power of our mind. That's the sort of cool things that we can do. So back to my story. So like I say, at that time I had 4 children. My eldest had autism, ADHD, was having a really hard time. And he was in that stage where he was moving into secondary school, and just there was an awful lot of stuff going on with him. And I was trying to pour all of me into supporting him. And then, of course, I had mom guilt, which meant that I felt guilty for the other 3 children that they didn't get enough love and attention. So then I took on becoming coach of one of my kids' football teams, becoming the club secretary, becoming fundraising events for another son's team, spending as much time. My daughter was like my little shadow at the time. She's like a little crawler. She was always attached to me. And at that time, all of my children needed so much from me because we were living in a toxic environment, and I never saw how bad it was until I left, really, or towards the end, when I started being more open about what was going on in our lives. But all of them had physical symptoms of anxiety, stress, and trauma. And we're always in the doctors, we were always at hospital appointments, we were always everywhere because everybody was sick. All of us were physically sick from stress. But I didn't know that at the time. And I was lucky. My GP was really, really good and really supportive. But it took me going inwards and understanding what was going on. And it's really empowering when you start to see how much power you actually have over your life. And at the time, my marriage was toxic. But I was enabling a lot of behaviours because I had no self-worth. I thought I deserved this. I deserved the shit that I was living in. And I have huge mom guilt. Huge guilt that took me a long time to get over. And it still hits me in waves. But this is an uplifting story because it does have a happy ending. So within 6 months, I had tried several different things. And anything that worked for me, I retrained in. So things like energy work, hypnosis, rapid transformation, visualization, meditations. I studied quantum flow, which is a form of kind of movement and breathwork combined. So many different things. Within 6 months, I no longer needed heart surgery. It took me longer to get my weight up, but I ended up, the universe sends you the people that you need. I ended up sitting across from a man who owned a gym at my sister's wedding. Just happened to be sat at the same table. And I don't believe in coincidences. There's a reason for everybody. So if you're watching this video right now, there is a reason that you have come into my world and I have come into yours. Because there's something that I say that will be important to you. Or maybe I'm supposed to help you. There will be a reason for it. Everything happens for a reason. And good and bad. And he told me about coming into his gym and how weight gaining and stuff like that. And if you had seen me then, you would not have thought that I was somebody who belonged in a gym. I looked so out of place when I walked in and felt so awkward. But I went in, had my tour, got an introduction with this lovely trainer, and I ended up working with her for the next few years. And that transformed who I was on a different level. It allowed my body to see how strong it was. I built up strength, muscles, loads of ways that our bodies are stronger than we believe. And I lifted weights that I never thought would be possible. I did things I never thought would be possible. I enjoyed doing things. I felt stronger than I have ever felt. And I was meeting other people who wanted to improve themselves, and it was amazing. And then time went on and different things happened, and I managed to find the strength to leave my marriage. He did not want to go. He fought it for a long time, and I ended up having to go through the court system and that's another story for another day. But there is so much that I went through to get to where I was, where the children were now safe, and we were in our home and we were safe. And then from that place, I managed to get perspective on who I truly was. I went back. I no longer needed heart surgery. My organs were improving. All my levels were back to normal. Most importantly was one thing that I didn't realize at the time that I discovered afterwards was I had huge gynae issues for about 10 years. They were all down to stress. Our wombs hold negative energy, pain, suffering, all the trauma that is held in our room. And again, I'll do a video on that in the future. That all eased as soon as I was gone from my marriage. I had no idea the way that our bodies hold trauma, hold pain, hold suffering. There's about 20 videos on this, and I will be going deeply into this. Our bodies never forget. Our issues are in our tissues. Pauline, my spiritual mentor, she says that all the time. Your mind forgets, it puts things in a box, but your body remembers everything. And learning to listen to your body and understand what it's telling you, and releasing from your nervous system, releasing from your body, is one of the most powerful things that I did. Then I managed to manifest the most amazing man into my life, somebody that I never thought I would ever have a relationship with somebody like this. And we have gone on now, and we have our own child. We have our little boy, who is just amazing, and we are in business together. So I have turned my life around completely, and now my mission is to make sure that everybody knows that it's possible for them too. So I want to teach people how to love themselves. We are taught that we should be martyrs as mums. We are thought to come away from ourselves, that everybody else's needs is more important than our own. That's bollocks. We are not taught how powerful we are. We are not taught how our bodies are talking to us, how we hold things, how we can release things, how when you are a priority in your life, everybody in the house gets better. Everybody is happier when you're happier. We are not supposed to put ourselves last. We are supposed to role model for our kids what it looks like if you are truly who you are supposed to be. If you are truly happy in who you are and in your own skin, you won't be hating yourself. You can't hate your body and heal. You can't hate how you look and lose weight and tell yourself every day, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm too skinny, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other. Like I used to, when I first went to my personal trainer, I turned around and I said to her, I said, my goal is to need an x-ray if I was in an accident, because at that time you could see every bone in my body. I was literally, and I'm not exactly where I want to be. I am well out of danger. I am well on the path, but there is still ways that I want to improve myself. And it comes from me learning to love myself first. And that is what I want to teach you to do, how to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you attract different people, different circumstances. When you hate yourself, you end up in toxic relationships, in toxic jobs, and everybody is miserable. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to live in that space. Familiar hell is what your subconscious mind will choose over an unfamiliar heaven. So you literally have to reprogram your mind to want to be happy, to understand what happiness and love and self-worth is. And that is the journey that I am going to take you on through my videos, my work, if you come to any of the events that I do, or we have a monthly membership. There's so many ways that I am working to improve the lives of the people who come into it. And I am so grateful to you for watching this video. Anytime you have any questions or anything at all, reach out to me. This is just point one. This is our starting point. And I look forward to sharing more videos, sharing more content, being a part of your journey to loving yourself, to accepting yourself, and to being who you were here to be. Have a magical day.